What's up with it?
What's up with it?
Nothing much. Introduce yourself and people know who you are.
Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Tommi Dee of Thang. What's up with it?
Yeah. That's your introduction to like your podcast, your interview thing. Yeah. What's going on with that?
So I actually took a break. I had to regroup, get some things in order. Now I got some things lined up. I will be back doing interviews at our Sexy Social events on Wednesdays, and that will be starting next week. Also, I have some interviews lined up, so there's been some discussion about co-hosting on podcasts. So those are just some of the things that you can be looking forward to from Tommi Dee.
Okay. Yeah, I seen that you interviewed a young lady that I met at one of the Sexy Social,
Charmalia Boutique. Yeah, her name's Lakia. Yeah.
She has some dope clothes, man. Make sure y'all go check her out, man. I think I bought my daughter in outfit, the whole outfit. I bought all that.
Her little daughter is always so fly. Yeah. She dressed her fly, and she actually has the boutique for her daughter, so it's named after her daughter. And so she keeps her in all the fly clothes. So I know y'all like to keep y'all kids fly. Go check my girl out. She's down in Washington, Suite 509, I think.
Don't quote me. Check her out.
Yeah.
Myself for helping highlighting her business for sure.
Yeah.
But start from the beginning with you. Where are you from?
I'm from St. Louis. I've lived all over. Initially, I was raised on the west side, and I ended up moving to the JVL, and I lived there until I was maybe about 18, 19, and moved away from there, and I lived all over St. Louis. I've even lived in Vegas, so yeah.
Vegas, man, that's a whole
different vibe. You hear me? That's how I know, being there and being back in St. Louis, I'm not meant to be in St. Louis. I love my hometown, and I can get a lot of great things done here, but for my spirit and my personality, I'm just meant to expand somewhere else. So, yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy you saying that, leaving Vegas, that's rated as the Sin City, #1 city.
Well, that's what people think, but it's actually like a family town, and actually majority of the people that live there, they are from all over. You'll rarely find somebody that just was born and raised from Vegas that still lives there. So, yeah.
Yeah, you got some family members that also stay out there in Vegas. Right now, you moved from St. Louis, moved out there to Vegas. They live close to the strip, and they having living a life.
It's beautiful. I mean, now, don't get caught up in that strip life, you heard, but it's beautiful outside of the strip. They have a family area, which is Henderson. That town is beautiful. So, y'all check it out.
And then you say you just basically grew up in the JVL area?
Between the west side and JVL, yeah. So I grew up on the west side until I was maybe about 10, and then I grew up in the JVL until I was damn near at the end of my 10 years.
Yes. Yeah, that's a historic neighborhood, Jeff Vander Lou neighborhood, and also it's a rough neighborhood as well.
Definitely a rough neighborhood. RP to all the fallen soldiers, you heard?
Yeah. How was life for you growing up down there?
Oh, that's a good question. I would just say that I faced a lot of battles growing up over there. I didn't really feel welcomed in that neighborhood. So, I did have friends, and then some people were foes, and that's cool. And I just had people that were just blatantly rude, So, it's a backstory behind that, but I'm not going to get off into it too much, I do just appreciate people who are knowledgeable and they use common sense. So I'm going to just say that. So, yeah.
With that being said.
Yeah.
But you started off talking about the Sexy Social events. Let's say Club Fahrenheit. Last night they had J Star's going away party. Did you attend?
Yeah, I'm a part of the promo team, so of course I was there. Had to see my golf, right, and it was nice. I had fun, and like I said, I took a break, so that was my first night being back at Fahrenheit, and I had a great time. Yeah.
He's moving down to Atlanta, man. Shout out to J Star. See you doing your thing, man.
Shout out to J Star, TC Anything you heard.
Now, these sexy social events, like a networking event, right? For entrepreneurs, just it's like a networking event to get people together, kind of help, like I said, highlight their business. How important or how beneficial are these events to entrepreneurs?
I think they're very beneficial. I mean, you get to meet different entrepreneurs in all different avenues of business. And who wouldn't want that? You have different connections everywhere. The point of the event was to show that St. Louis can bring something positive to the city and it can remain positive. And it's been that way since we started. I think it's been very impactful as well. So... yeah, a lot of the people, I'm sorry, but a lot of the people or vendors that have come out, they've linked up and they've actually formed friendships and doing other side business. So it's really a beautiful thing, and I'm grateful to be a part of that. Yeah.
I didn't, like I said, been there before, shot with the Trump, Aaliyah. I bought some bar soap from a young lady out there. Then
Alila J's, that's my girl. Hey, Ebony girl.
And then Carly, she got her Patchouli of Bliss.
Oh yeah. I had got some elderberry syrup from her to just help fight colds and just to keep my immune system healthy. And A1, y'all gotta shop with my girls. They got some very beneficial products like the soap you spoke about. That is some all natural, long lasting soap. I literally went and did like an 11-hour shift at work, and I came home to get back in the shower, and I still smelled like that soap. And I'm not lying. She got some really dope products, bath salts. Go shop with my girls, y'all.
Yeah, and it's good that you said that these events allow business owners to network and do side hustles together. Predominantly is majority of black business owners.
It gets versatile. We have, we reach out to everybody. It's not just a particular crowd. Now, we do fully support all black business, but we want to be international. We want to be able to touch everybody, and we want to be able to welcome them into the safety of our hearts and into the safety of our social networking events so that they have an opportunity to expand and grow too. It's not supposed to be a particular setting when you come out to these events.
Yeah, like I said, it's predominantly black, but also, so like you said, different culture, different things that attending these events.
Yeah.
But as far as black businesses, what would you say the main reason that they don't get the support that they deserve?
I just think that when you have so many bad experiences, and maybe it may be like a ripple effect when you go to black business, it may affect the customer where they say they don't want to come back now. And each experience could be different. They could go to one place and not have the owner be as attentive, and they may need help with an item, and they can't be descriptive enough to tell them everything about that item that they're intrigued about purchasing, for one. Or they may just be rude and not know how to communicate, or they may not be open as far as like what they're advertising their business hours to be. So it could be a multitude of things, but I have been seeing a change in black business, and so that's what I support. We're going to stay away from the negative, y'all, and lean more toward the positive this year. So if you have felt something negative about black business, I would just say give it another try. Give it another go around. Some people got to mess up in order to
learn.
Yeah,
I definitely agree with that. Like you said, just is a challenge for black business owners to go in business. And like you said, majority of us haven't had the knowledge to know how to properly run a business. So we learn as we go. Give back constructive criticism. You can do it in a way where you don't have to bash the business.
Right.
Like you said, just tell them, hey, and hopefully they take heed to that and start to improve their
It ain't about what you do, it's how you do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And also, I know you're doing like Was you serving at Lily Perez?
So yeah, I'm actually not there anymore, so we're gonna leave that. Where is it?
Enough said.
Yeah.
Positive energy.
Yeah.
But now, outside of that, you also do the modeling.
Yeah. So I had took a break from modeling. Like I started back in like 2016, and then I moved away. And when I came back, I didn't jump immediately back into modeling. Like I did a couple of shows here and there, but then I took like a 2-year break. I finally started back last year in 2021. And Miss Dee Dee, shout out to you. She was actually the first person that I did a show for. So I always like doing her shows. They're very professional. Her shows always sell out. It's always dope designers. She has vendors. Always flawless locations. So shout out to Miss Dee Dee. You are a force to be reckoned with, okay?
Okay, Miss Dee Dee. Okay, with body work being more of like a common thing nowadays, especially like with Instagram models. Have you faced any challenges by you being a natural, body woman?
I've always faced challenges, unfortunately. I think that people don't realize that body shaming is a thing. And I struggle with weight, obviously. I don't think that being skinny is a bad thing, though. I embrace my body structure, and I like it, but I do have ups and downs where sometimes maybe I'm trying to gain a little bit more weight just to fit some clothes, or so that's not something that I struggle with, but I used to. Like I used to hate being called the skinny girl or slim. Ooh. Like, for real. So now though, I don't even worry about it. Like, I'm skinny and I'm a twirl and spin on you too. What's up? So yeah.
I'm sure that had to be a lot mentally, to deal with, especially in that industry. That's it's so up and down. First it was the slim thing, now it's, like I say, everybody getting the body work. So now you got this set image of how beauty should look. I'm sure, with you being in the industry, just imagine people outside of the industry, and they idolizing these things, looking at these models, they want aspiring to be this way.
Well, honestly, I think it's always been a set idea of what beauty should be. And that's why people have fought so much to be accepted. That's why, getting ass shots got popular. You know what I'm saying? So I think that there's always been a standard set when it comes to beauty, instead of people embracing who they are and loving themselves, and like, if you want just a bigger butt just because it's going to help you boost your confidence, then okay, that's understandable. But just know what you're doing it for. Just know that you ain't going to get ass shots for somebody else's liking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they do it for you.
Yeah.
Because if you do it for the other thing,
then they easily disregard you, then you gonna feel a type of way. And it's like, you should feel wholeheartedly comfortable and confident in yourself. So, you know what I'm saying?
I know, like, allegedly they were saying that the American Next Top Models contestants, Tyra Banks show, they was making like $40 an episode or something like that, and like everybody else was making millions and billions of dollars or whatever. With that being said, and you knowing that, and you got the offer to be on the show, would you still take that offer?
Yes, I would. You know why? Because I'm going to have the opportunity to work with people that I haven't worked with. I don't have to come out of a dime to get my makeup done. I don't have to come out of a dime to get my hair done. I'm going to dress in some fly clothes. I ain't got to come out of a dime for this photographer or my pictures. You know how much money that costs for each season, each episode. They spending all that money to get you a look, to put you on. I want to take that opportunity and run with it. Give it to me, and I'm going to show you what I can do. So, that's that. I think they crazy.
Yeah, that's smart. Like you said.
I mean, because when I started out modeling, I was doing free shows. Free shows. I was going to rehearsals, spending hours there, and getting nothing. Things are so different now in the fashion industry, especially in St. Louis. Like, it blows my mind to see the things, but I have to embrace change too. So I don't want to be fixated on what I learned when I first come in, but I do carry it with me. So I say that, yeah.
Yeah, that's like, I agree with you totally because, like you said, you get exposure, not just, even though say you don't win, you still got that exposure, people seeing you. You might not win that contest, but other agencies might look at you, hey, we need her. You know, she fit our, criteria of what we need.
Yeah, it's so many models that were on America's Next Top Model that did not win that you still see their face now today. And that's a luxury within itself. Nobody would have known you around the world in multiple countries without you being on that show. Like, it's people like me, like I really gotta hustle and bustle and put myself on. So people have to learn how to be grateful. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day coming up, a couple weeks from now. Yeah. You got any plans?
Yeah, you did. Maybe I might. Yeah, I'm excited to say that too. Your girl was just single, and now I'm not.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Shout out to his bruh.
Yeah, shout out to him. Yeah.
But it seems like nowadays it's so difficult with social media, music, movies, and all this stuff. It makes it so hard to trust love.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's that way?
Because I just think that there's a couple of reasons. People have been hurt and they have not healed their hurt. So they go around carrying it and then they put it off onto other people, or they project certain thoughts, and so that just creates unhealthy situations in a relationship. Or people just, nasty. So I don't know. I couldn't make it a habit not to care about my body, and people just spread bacteria like wildfire.
Like you said, they just spreading.
Yeah.
Everybody just doing everything.
Yeah.
And like you see, like more common people are pushing this polygamous relationship lifestyle.
I actually used to have a friend who would bring that up in conversation often, and I believe it was just because she was curious about it. She was younger than me, and she was fresh into a relationship, and I guess her and her spouse had talked about it, and maybe she was interested. I don't know if she was interested in girls necessarily, but I think that because they talked about it and because she liked him, and I really don't know, but that's what I felt. I don't know that to be true, but that's what I feel. I just feel like because there's a conversation that they had, she felt like that's what he wanted. She was willing to do that, for him, and that was a decision that she wasn't necessarily making for themselves. Like, these girls get into these polygamous relationships, and they look at a bitch cat that they don't even want to touch for real. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, they jealous, like, still wondering who else this nigga's fucking. So what was the point?
Exactly. I mean, that's because people, they get into it with the wrong idea, with the wrong concept of what the relationship actually is. It ain't just a sexual thing.
Yeah.
It's bigger than that. It's more like a business thing, in the sense if you get the right partner, right partners, should I say.
I mean, I guess I could be closed-minded to it because it's not my preference, you know what I'm saying? But for somebody who's interested, I would love to hear their perspective. It seems like you have one.
Well, you killed.
So, yeah.
No, I was talking to a young man about it. He was considering it, what's his name, Desi B.
Oh.
Yeah, I just did an interview with him. He was talking about that.
Yeah, I know Desi. He performs at our open mic nights on Fridays. We're actually bringing him back on February 4th. So, yeah, stay tuned. Check it out. Hit us up, whatever. Get in the lineup. Let's get it.
Okay, coming to a closing here, what should we expect from you this year?
You guys are going to expect a lot of things. I want you to keep your eyes open. I'm going to say Tommi Dee is going to have her hands in a lot of things, a lot of great positive things. Like, I'm going to be doing my interviews. You'll see me on a couple of podcasts. You'll see me in a couple of photos. You'll see me on the runway a few times. And you'll see me getting creative. So I really want y'all to stay tuned for what I'm getting ready to bring to the table because I'm passionate about it. I'm putting my heart into it, and I hope that y'all support me. If not, you know, your honesty is welcome also.
Shout out to your social media, let people know where they can find you at.
Gang, gang, and the thing, hit a stain, all right? I want y'all to go follow me at Tommi with an I, TOMMI.DEE, okay? That is on Instagram. My Snapchat is Tommy.Dillard. My Facebook, y'all ain't got to worry about that. And I do have TikTok, but I don't know the name on my TikTok, so I'll get back to y'all on that. But please, please, please follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. Light it up, okay?